Hey guys, this is Angie at Chicken Scratch, and today we're making a card. This is basic gray cardstock, and it measures 5.5 by 4.25, and this is the base of our card. The next layer is basic black, and it measures 10 by 3 3/4, and we're going to be scoring that at 5 inches. So I'm going to get the Simply Scored scoring tool, place it on the 10-inch side, which I like to call the landscape side, and score it at 5 inches. Okay, so now let's fold this over on the score line, and then we're going to burnish it with the bone folder. Okay, let me show you how this is going to get assembled. We're going to attach this basic black layer to the basic gray layer. This is the inside of our card, so we're going to be adding a piece of Whisper White cardstock on the top right here, and then we're also going to be adding a layer to the inside of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and take the liquid glue, and we're going to go ahead and add this to the inside. Okay, so now we're going to add this basic black layer to the basic gray. So I'm just going to take my liquid glue again and add this to the card front. Okay, here's how the card's going to open, but this is how it's going to open today, okay? Okay, now we're going to take the second piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 3.5 by 4 3/4, and we're going to use the liquid glue and then add it to the card front. So I'm just adding it here to the basic black layer. Now we're going to take the silver foil and emboss it with the hexagon embossing folder. Don't forget that this is a textured embossing folder, and so you only need one cutting pad. Okay, so here's the big shot, and now we're going to emboss the silver foil with the hexagon embossing folder. Now we're going to take the liquid glue and put it on the back of the silver foil, and then this layer is going to get attached to the Whisper White cardstock, which is the front of our card. Okay? Now we're going to stamp. I'm using the Geared Up Garage stamp set, and we're using 2 images. The other image is going to be for the inside of our card. We're going to start with the outside image, the Happy Father's Day image. Okay, now we're going to stamp the greeting on the inside. So again, I'm using Memento ink and stamp that right in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to cut out the Happy Father's Day image using the coordinating framelits. If you're not wanting a Father's Day card, you could use any stamp that fits in that framelit. So I'm going to show you an example in just a minute. But you can just take the framelit to your stamp sets and choose whatever one will fit inside there. Okay, so this is one example. So here's the big shot again. We've got the magnetic platform and a cutting pad, and then I'm going to cut this image out. Just going to place that there and then add one more cutting pad on top and run it through. Now we're going to add our ribbon. So what I'm going to do is loop it just like that, and then I'm going to take the image and place it on top. Okay, so it's going to have that loop at the top, and then the tails at the bottom. So I'm going to cut that. Now we're going to add our dimensionals, and I believe on this layer I'm going to use 5 dimensionals. We're using the dimensionals to hold down the ribbon, and then we're also using it to attach the image to the front of our card. And because the ribbon's on there, it makes it a little bit bulkier. So I am being very generous with the dimensionals. I'm going to take my paper snips and cut the motorcycle out of the Classic Garage Designer Series paper. This is called fussy cutting, and it doesn't have to be perfect. The background is black, so it's not really going to show up if you go out of the lines. I'm going to take the rhinestones with my paper piercer And I'm going to add 4 rhinestones to this image, 1 in each corner. There is a little dot there that you're going to add it, so it's maybe hard to see in this video, but it is there. We're going to add the motorcycle image to the card front using 3 dimensionals, 1 on each side and then 1 at the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Peel the backing off of the dimensionals. And then place it at the bottom. Next we're going to take the greeting and add it up at the top, okay? Trim the tails of your ribbon if they need it. That's how it's going to look. Let's take the backing off of our dimensionals on the greeting so that we can add it to the front of our card. That's a lot of dimensionals, right? Okay, that wraps up this card. Here's my original, and then the one on the left is the one we just made, and the one on the right is my original. Don't forget, there's a free inspiration sheet over on my website. It includes a picture and all the measurements, and the measurements for this card will also be posted at the end of this video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Have a great day, and thanks a lot. Bye.